Hey, what's up, guys? Adam here. I'm on day 4 of working on the Invoice Management System app codename. What I've been trying to do so far is create a front end that creates a simple UI that allows the user to be able to scan an invoice. Here's the homepage. Allow you to scan the invoice. Let me make this full screen so we can get a better view. Scan an invoice, scan a new bill, right? View your open bills, and then from here, scan paying bills. Allow you to pay your bills fairly easily. Of course, have suppliers and have your open invoices in a very mobile-friendly UI, etc., etc. I've put together this UI. Really, the goal here is around empowering small business to be able to have a really simple accounting software. Super simple. Allow you to just scan the bills that come in that you need to pay, right? The percentage of them. It could be the electricity bill that came in, which maybe you're handling digitally, but if you're not, you're getting a bill. Or if I'm in a coffee shop right now, and coffee shop they have suppliers for baked goods, they have suppliers for coffee, they have suppliers for fruits and vegetables. And so those could be small local wholesalers that are bringing your produce that give you a paper bill. They can also email it to you, which is something to get into a little bit later. But you want to just be able to make it easy to receive your information and to view them and to know when to pay them, insights and layering large language models into the process. Goal, and here's where I'm at with this process. Scanning new bill. I've set up Google Vision API, which is designed to help. It's going to help us scan in OCR, take text, and to take it into the system. If you have an invoice from a supplier, whether it's typed or written, it's going to intelligently translate that into text, making it simple for the user to sort of input information. You don't need a keyboard. You don't need to type. That's the key fundamentals of the product is you don't need to type. You don't need a keyboard. You don't need to know accounting. You just need to know to pay your suppliers. You need to know what you owe your suppliers. You need to know, and from there you can build on. Where I'm at, the issue that I'm having right at this moment is around getting the OCR to upload. But when I go to let's see if I have a invoice. This is the invoice. So I just downloaded like a basic invoice and I click it. Right now, as you can see here, it's processing your invoice. It says it might take up to 2 minutes to process this invoice. It's theoretically scanning and translating this into text OCR. From here, I haven't been able to get this to work. It says it might take up to 2 minutes. We've increased it from 30 seconds to 2 minutes to give the chance for the Google Vision API and the database to communicate information, exchange information. But so far, no luck. It just spins out in this, and I'm working with both to try to troubleshoot this, and actually ChatGPT as well. Let me see if I can go to ChatGPT. I uploaded the last error I got here, and here's what we got here. Put in the error. It says almost never the 45 kilobyte cells is the thing that blows things up. The timeout is a signal that the request path browser bolts Supabase. Supabase is our database. It's like MySQL, Postgres. Vision back is simply staying open too long. Below is a triage path I use when clients see the same OCR processing timeout. Oh, interesting. It's saying here that it's that sort of window, that sort of process is just staying open too long. So it's giving us a path to what to check. So return immediately from the edge function with job ID, process the invoice. Okay. Number one, what to check, the limit fee. Cool. So it's giving me 6 steps here. Client side, invoke timeout, swap to async batch annotate, Vision's async endpoints. Shrink the image before upload, which it's already a 45 kilobyte image. That shouldn't be a problem. It's less than 2 megabytes, less than 2,000 pixels wide. Pin the vision region. That's interesting. So I guess it's trying to, actually, I don't know what that means. Thank you. Considering document AI, invoice parser, same flow as vision, but returns supplier, total date lines, and comes back faster in real tests. Interesting. So there's another sort of tool for that's out there. Quick experiments, hard code before and after the vision requests. If the latency increase less than 5 seconds, but the client still times out, the issue is both Supabase round trip or the client side abort. If the latency is greater than 30 seconds, move to the async pattern. Have an idea what that means? Not totally, but let's see. Flip the functions. If you needed today, flip the function async immediately. So I'm going to do this to be really lazy and simple and just show an example. I would think that we should just take this and put this into That would be the first thing I would want to just test. But let's do this. Can you give me a prompt for Bolt that I can use to carry out the testing so that we can determine where the issue is? And also, if after the testing, if that doesn't work, give me a prompt that I can use for Bolt to try to get it to work right away. See what it comes back with. Row 2, ready to paste poll to Bolt's AI block prompts. Prompt number 1, instruments your cache current flow so you can see exactly where the data delay happens. Prompt number 2, swaps in the async vision path of document AI so you can ship a version the same day if the test full-time does. Yeah, I think that swaps in the vision path or document AI. I don't know if we need to set up document AI. Probe. This is number 1. Okay, let's do that. And then, all right, so I'm going to go to bolts. This may be too long of a command because you're usually, from what I'm learning, you should try to limit, do it in small batches. But I'm going to just follow ChatGPT's instructions and see what happens here. Bolt's working. It's creating a comprehensive debugging system to analyze the OCR latency by tracking timing at multiple points in the process. This will help identify where the bottlenecks are occurring. I'm not going to pause the video. I'll just make this a working session. But outside of this, today I was just reading an article about Shopify's Editions, which they had a week or two ago, where they talk about using no-code editors for editing for your Shopify store. So you can prompt your design, you can prompt your vision for your store. I think the aesthetics you can prompt, so you can basically customize your store without having to rely on a developer, which is really cool if you're a small startup brand where you're trying to get your minimum viable product or get your store out there, and you can essentially have a coder. I'm not sure which model they're going to use, but you can actually have a developer help you sort of customize your store, which is cool. Gives back time on the development side. It gives more control to the creative or the brand owner, and also yeah, it allows you to focus more on storytelling and marketing, which is cool. Here we are in Bolt. Bolt is creating a comprehensive debugging system. It created this source pages debug OCR.tsx. So it's creating its own document for the debugging. It's created a location in the database. Supabase is our database, and it's creating this debug index. And then it's updating the source app. I think it's programming the application so that it now knows that this is a debugging feature. And then it's creating some visual layout. As you can see, it's pretty self-explanatory here. I can like a beginner, if you can read and you can dedicate some patience to this. You can get through it and understand, get a basic idea of what it's doing. Key feature: detailed time tracking, record timestamps at every critical point. Client start time after file upload to storage. Edge function start, Vision API call, start end, edge function completion. Then we have performance analysis, automatically analyze the timings, provides color-coded feedback, green, good performance, yellow, moderate, red, poor. Bottleneck identification, the system will tell you where the delay is. So it's upload, or if it's on the edge, where if it's a database API connection between Google Vision and Supabase, our database, it's going to supposedly give us data on that. And then Vision API, specific timings, right? Google Cloud and see comprehensive logging, the edge function logs, all the timestamps so you can see exactly what's happening on the server side. How to use the new, just giving us some instructions and the system will process and show you a detailed breakdown where the time is being spent. Okay, cool. So you saw that just went from blue to green, which is cool. That's showing that our app is communicating to Google Vision API. It's getting a signal back, which is cool. Let's pull up our invoice. Where was it? No. All right, processing. Let's see if we get if this actually works. I'll go another minute or two here, and I will update as I work through this. Oftentimes with bulks, you can go through a number of it will give suggestions, but I've noticed times when the challenge, like as in this scenario we're in now, where it doesn't always give you the right directions right away. I won't take too much time on this one, but I will update with how I solve this eventually. Let's see how it goes. I think it's going to run its whole process, and we should get our understanding of network latency, how the Supabase Edge function is working, and the Google Vision API, data extraction. Let's see. But yeah, going back to the Shopify editions, it's cool. I'm imagining, remember the early days of even just our Shopify now, it's gotten a lot better. The themes, the templates, the team developers are really a lot more mindful of what a store needs to get off the ground, from your on-site PDP merchandising to out of stock, even notifications, in-page inserts. It could be within your PDP. You can have a certain card that for more information. Meta objects are a lot better. So you can inject things into your store without having to really get too down and dirty on the code. Also, what's cool is it allows you to some of the newer themes you can drag and drop editor. You can move things around. It's modular. That's been out for a little while. I'm not exactly sure when, but we got our results here. Potential problems detected. I've seen this one before. Error processing invoice. Blah 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 blah. Let's see if we can make any sense of this. It looks it's talking invoke edge function. This is talking to our database. It's giving the file local credentials, an async process image, OCR processing timed out, spinning wheel, not yielding any results or further action. And yeah, that's pretty much what I can see. OCR processing timed out, Supabase Edge function process invoice error. What I'm going to do here, and I'm actually getting kicked out of this coffee shop because they're closing at 7. I'm the last guy here, 6:59. I got to get out of here, guys, but I will share this with ChatGPT, and I will come back in another video and share what the results are here and how I solve it, hopefully. Thank you, guys. I'll talk to you soon.